Earlier today, the Buffalo Bills were announced as the featured team for this year's Hard Knocks. And yeah, that's cool and all, but if you're a real football junkie, if you live and breathe this game, then you probably already come across what the Patriots dropped on YouTube. And man, let me tell you, it's not just a response to Hard Knocks. It's something different, something raw. They're calling it Forged in Foxborough. And this thing, it's not just content. It's a statement. It's an hour and 15 minutes long, and I promise you every second of it is packed with emotion, intensity, and that no-nonsense attitude you expect from a franchise with 6 rings under its belt from the very beginning. The vibe is clear. This isn't about entertainment. This is about setting the tone, about rebuilding a standard that slipped in recent years. And leading the charge? Mike Vrabel. Yes, that Mike Vrabel. The opening scene alone gave me chills. No dramatic slow-mo, no fancy cuts. Just Vrabel standing in front of the team, addressing them not as a coach giving a motivational speech, but as a man laying down the law. This isn't about last year. This isn't about fixing the past. It's about defining who the Patriots are going to be moving forward. He says it straight up. When I got here, my goal was to build a program you want to be a part of, a program you want to protect, one that you're proud of. And you can feel it. He's not just talking to the team. He's talking to the entire organization, to the fan base, to everyone who watched last season and thought, what happened to the Patriots? Vrabel's energy is different. It's intense. It's old school football with a modern edge. He's not just barking orders. He's showing it. At one point, he pulls a player who's clearly been grinding in the offseason straight into a demo on the spot. Blocking technique, pads on, full contact. Vrabel's in there with him. That's the kind of culture he's trying to establish. Lead by doing. And you know what? It works. It absolutely works. It makes you believe this team isn't just going through a rebuild, they're going through a rebirth. And the difference compared to last season? Night and day. Last year, players were saying it felt like a free-for-all in the locker room. No structure, no accountability, but with Vrabel, that's gone. He's cleaning house, not just with the roster, but with the mentality. He flat out said it. Why? The hell would I care about last year? I care about today, tomorrow, the next day. And that hit me hard because that's exactly what this franchise needed. 4 words define his vision for the 2025 Patriots. Respect, honesty, trust, and accountability. And here's the thing. He's not just throwing buzzwords around. This isn't fluff. This is real. Vrabel's played the game. He knows what it takes. 15 years in the league, multiple rings, part of the Patriots dynasty. And now he's trying to channel all of that experience into a team that's been desperately searching for identity since Tom Brady left town. He's not tolerating anything less than 100% focus. You mess up, you take ownership, you keep messing up, you're out. Simple as that. And honestly, that's what this team has needed for years now. It's about time somebody brought that no bees attitude back into the building. Watching the first episode of Forged in Foxborough, it becomes clear that Vrabel isn't alone in this mission. Ryan Cowden, who came over from Tennessee with him, is right there beside him. And then there's Elliott Wolf. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Last season, it felt like Wolf was the guy pulling all the strings. He was the one in charge. The one making all the picks. The one setting the tone. But now, not so much. Throughout this episode, whether it was at the Senior Bowl, the Combine, free agency meetings, or draft prep, the vibe was totally different. It was Cowden and Vrabel in the trenches, dissecting tape, working the board, making decisions. Wolf? He seemed more like a facilitator than the decision maker. A guy checking in, making sure everyone was aligned. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. It felt collaborative, organic. Not one guy calling the shots in a vacuum. One moment stood out in particular. They're getting ready to make a pick, and Wolf looks around the room like, you guys good with this? Not demanding anything, just ensuring that everyone, especially Vrabel, is on board. That's the kind of synergy that makes teams successful. It's not about egos. It's about vision, unity, everyone pulling in the same direction. And you can tell Vrabel had the final word. When the team selected Will Campbell, for example, it was clear that Vrabel loved the guy, and the chemistry between coach and player was already obvious. There's this great moment when Vrabel calls Campbell to let him know he's being drafted, and the first thing he says is, "That's the last time you'll knock me on my ass." And Campbell, nervous but fired up, just replies, "I'll make you do it in practice too, coach. I was sealing the deal." That's the energy. That's the tone. And it's infectious. By the way, let's shut down the rumor mill right now. Will Campbell is your starting left tackle. Not a guard, not a temporary piece. The guy is locked in. The film, the behind-the-scenes OTAs, even the depth chart screenshot someone caught from the episode, all of it confirms he's the man on that edge. Period. And then there's Kyle Williams, another draft pick, texting Campbell the second he got his own call, even before landing in Foxborough. These guys didn't even play together, but that immediate connection, that matters. That speaks to the kind of locker room Vrabel is building, one that bonds fast, works hard, and respects the process. Now the draft room footage, that's where Forged in Foxborough really goes beyond your typical behind-the-scenes content. This wasn't just, hey, here's who we picked. This was the actual decision-making, the offers, the near trades, the stuff fans rarely get to see. At one point, they show a conversation about potentially trading the 38th overall pick. The Bears wanted it bad, offering pick 39 and a 7th rounder in next year's draft just to move up one spot. And the Patriots sat on it, didn't budge, went ahead and drafted Tavon Henderson. Then, not long after, another team, some say Texans, some say Raiders, came in with a much bigger offer. Pick 58, pick 79, and a future 3rd rounder, all just to grab number 38. And again, the Patriots passed. Now, that's the kind of decision that can define a draft. You give up a higher pick and stack assets, or you trust your board and stick with your guy. And in this case, they were locked in on Henderson. They saw something in him that outweighed all those extra picks. That level of conviction, that kind of belief in your scouting and your staff. That's how you build a team with purpose. And you know what else stood out? The entire thing felt like the most Patriots piece of media ever created. I mean, it's football propaganda in the best way possible. It's a love letter to everything the franchise wants to be again. You watch it and you start believing. You buy into the new wave. Vrabel, Drake May, Henderson, Campbell, the whole crew. It sells you on the idea that the Patriots are back, not just as a brand, but as a football team with real identity again. I watched it at 1 a.m, start to finish, couldn't stop. And for a moment, I caught myself thinking, yo, we're making the playoffs. That's the kind of energy this thing gives off. It's powerful. And look, it's not just the draft or the sound bites from Vrabel that make Forged in Foxborough special. It's the little moments that hit hardest. There's a scene midway through where you see Jared Mayo standing by the practice field, arms crossed, watching the guys go through drills. He's not saying much. He doesn't need to, because the way the players respond to him says everything. There's this respect there. Earned, not demanded. You can feel it. Vrabel might be the face, the voice booming through the room. But Mayo, he's the soul. The quiet fire that makes everything burn just a little hotter. The whole staff, actually, feels like it's been rebuilt with a purpose. No more of that hiring my buddies energy. No more confusing roles. Everyone knows what lane they're in. And more importantly, they're staying in it. That's a huge shift from the past couple of seasons. You can tell from the way players talk in interviews, the way they walk off the field, even how they interact with each other in the locker room. There's a culture forming again. One with edges, one with identity, one that actually feels like the New England Patriots again. And let's talk about Drake May for a second. Because yes, Forged in Foxborough gives you a real look at the kid and not just the standard rookie highlight package. You see the nerves. You see the learning curve. But you also see the flashes, the command, the way he absorbs things and adjusts mid-rep. There's this quick cut of him getting coached hard, like really hard. And instead of shutting down or sulking, he nods, takes it in, and goes right back under center for the next rep. That's not normal. That's special. It's exactly what you want from your rookie QB. What hit me most was a small exchange between May and Vrabel after a brutal red zone drill. May had missed a read, taken a sack, and Vrabel didn't hold back, barked at him in front of everyone. And May? He just looked him in the eye and said, "I'll get it. You'll never have to say that twice." Not defensive, not arrogant. Just a guy who knows he's got a long way to go and isn't afraid of the work. That's a Patriot. That's a quarterback you can build around. The contrast from last year could not be more dramatic. There's a clip, super subtle, easy to miss, of a staff member walking through the facility and saying, "You can feel the difference. It's not just noise anymore." That line stuck with me because it's true. The last couple of years felt like empty slogans and disconnected ideas, but now there's a heartbeat again. You can see it in how the vets carry themselves. Guys like David Andrews, who's clearly taken on that mentor role. There's a great scene where he's breaking down tape with two of the rookie linemen, not because anyone told him to, but because that's who he is. That kind of leadership doesn't happen by accident. It happens when players believe they're part of something worth investing in. Even special teams is getting attention. They spent time in the episode on the kicking game, the gunners, the return units, and not just surface level. Detailed breakdowns, actual coaching. When's the last time you saw a football doc spend 5 minutes on a punt rep? And it actually felt important. That's the level of detail Vrabel is demanding. That's the level of commitment this team is showing. And man, the music, the pacing, the way everything is edited, chef's kiss. It doesn't try to be slick or overproduced. It feels real. It feels earned. You get behind the scenes access without it ever turning into a fluff piece. It's Patriots football the way it was meant to be consumed. Intense, focused, and all about the grind. By the end of the episode, there's this shot of the entire team jogging off the field at sunset, drenched in sweat, helmets off, nobody talking, just breathing heavy, just walking. And in the background, you hear Vrabel's voice, not yelling, not hyping, just saying, "Good start. Now do it again tomorrow." That right there, that's the message. That's the whole philosophy. It's not about one practice or one episode or one good rookie class. It's about stacking days, building something durable, something sustainable. And for the first time in years, it actually feels like the Patriots have that again. A foundation, a direction, a reason to believe. So yeah, Buffalo can have hard knocks. Let them have the spotlight. Let the cameras follow them around and edit every interaction for drama. Meanwhile, New England is out here doing the work. Quietly, seriously, like they always used to. And Forged in Foxborough is the proof. Not that they're back, no one's claiming Super Bowl banners just yet, but that they finally know who they are again. And honestly, that's the first step toward becoming dangerous again. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what could be one of the most surprising and game-changing moves of the NFL offseason, rumors are swirling around the league that the New England Patriots may have secured a deal for star wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Although no official confirmation has yet been made by either party, several sources close to the situation suggest that negotiations have progressed significantly and that an agreement is imminent, if not already finalized behind closed doors. This potential acquisition, if true, would mark a massive statement of intent from the Patriots organization, signaling a clear desire to reassert themselves as contenders in the AFC. For months, speculation has linked Hopkins to various teams, but New England had always been seen as a dark horse in the race, quietly evaluating their options and preparing the groundwork for a blockbuster move. The possible arrival of Hopkins in Foxborough would provide quarterback Mac Jones with an elite target, instantly elevating the Patriots' passing attack and adding a new dimension to Bill Belichick's offensive scheme. Hopkins' proven ability to make contested catches and his prowess in clutch moments could be exactly what New England needs to rejuvenate their offense and keep pace with the high-powered attacks within their division. While fans and analysts debate the likelihood of this deal materializing, many insiders believe that the Patriots front office has been working diligently behind the scenes to make this a reality. Reports have emerged indicating that Hopkins had a positive meeting with team representatives and left impressed by the organization's vision and the role he would play in the offense. However, until official statements are released, this remains firmly in the realm of speculation. The Patriots have a history of keeping their moves under wraps until the last moment, adding even more intrigue to the situation. If the rumors prove accurate, the impact on the AFC East landscape could be immediate and profound as New England looks poised to shake up the balance of power. For now, the NFL world watches and waits, with the possibility of DeAndre Hopkins donning a Patriots uniform becoming one of the most compelling storylines of this offseason. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.